Line up, you f***ing nerds. Who wants a shot at the champ?
They bring the heat.
Francis Ngannou is the hardest puncher in the history of fighting.
They bring the knowledge.
If you think this fight is going 5 rounds, you are out of your mind.
They bring you the picks.
The dog is getting it done in this one.
We deliver every single week. We're bringing the heat, ladies and gentlemen.
The money line.
Don't miss it on the MMA Experts channel each week. The Money Line. We are live. It is a beautiful Monday, 11:35 p.m. Eastern time. We're talking UFC Vegas 94. I'm AJ, joined by the Finch. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like fighting. Fight,
baby.
Fight. Let's go, AJ.
Let's go. Listen, we had a pretty crazy weekend, and it was not the chaos in the cage that was the main topic. It was the chaos that the former president, Donald Trump, Republican nominee, was nearly assassinated at a rally, and I was watching it live. I got to witness it. I was actually getting ready for the Fight Companion. I had my new laptop in my hand. I was going to test it out and do a test stream. I ended up not doing it. I'm still on the old one. And I'm hearing bullets fly. But like in the moment as you're watching it, there's something about it is like it doesn't really make sense, right? You can't fathom, no, he's not getting shot at. This isn't real. You see him go down. He like touched his ear and goes down. Then you know it's really happening. I was very hopeful, though. I didn't think he was dead from the whole point. Like you could see that whatever shots flew by, they missed him. I didn't know. I'm like, is it someone shooting fireworks at him? You didn't know. Is he someone shooting a 22? Because it sounded quiet, like peep, 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 peep. Then you hear 2 big shots, and I guess that was them taking out the alleged shooter, or I guess the proven shooter. Very crazy day for America. And I think it's an attack on the American system that we got in play. The republic was attacked.
I mean, yeah, what can't be more anti-democratic than that, folks. Try to take out the political front runner. That's insane that you were watching it live. I mean, insane. What are the chances? That is crazy, you know? So just a random Pennsylvania rally too. For you to have that on live is insane. It took me a long time. I went and had to dig and dig and dig. And I'm somewhat of a YouTube black belt, I must say.
Right.
You know, so I finally did find the entire stream just to catch him being announced coming up, you know, hear what he had to say. He was putting up the immigration, you know, stats, the border stats, and, you know, just happened to look over his shoulder and catch it in the ear. Thank goodness that the 45th president of the United States was not just killed on Saturday. Totally, you know, rearranged my weekend. I mean, I was going to go watch my guy Leno get in a fist fight. Shout out to Leno Almanza over at UFC Jim Rosemead. He was going to go fight that night. I couldn't think of nothing else. I chilled back. I'm like, all right, TV staying on. What the fuck just happened? Somebody tell me, you know, what I just witnessed. Of course, I got a text message, and the first person I saw post it was Twista put it on Instagram 5 minutes after it went down. So I saw that, and I'm in bed with my wife. I'm like, somebody just shot Trump, you know? And so that was the rest of my weekend. Complete insanity. And thank goodness Donald's still alive.
You know, I honestly think that people need to take a step back and look at violent rhetoric put out through the news media, especially, but politicians, of Donald Trump is an attack on democracy, even though we're a constitutional republic, for those that didn't know. I feel like people need to recognize that you don't win an election by killing the other person. Like, you know, it's happened tragically in the past, right? People have been executed. This is 2024, and those type of things shouldn't happen. The people should decide, and that's the beauty of the game.
The rhetoric is too hot, right? I mean, saying enemy of the state,
right?
Saying that so-and-so is trying to end democracy. That is not true, you know, and saying things that are not true for political gain. It would be nice to see that go out of style as well. Yeah. You know, it's much better to deal in reality and not in sensationalism. And, you know, there's certainly plenty of people playing in politics who are just playing those insincere games of demonizing opponents. And AJ and I were talking about a specific person before we came on, but it's really just a broad statement to say, turn down the temperature. I hope all of you can play fair as well. It's much, much better to try and have a real honest debate instead of just making everybody an enemy. Because at the end of the day, this is what we got. We're all together here in the United States. We're all together here on planet Earth. Let's not blow this fucking thing up. Let's try to actually have a functioning republic where the people's voice is generally heard and where people can vote, because if Trump was killed on Saturday, the amount of power one person took into their own hands to derail, the will of the people would be disgusting. And so, thank goodness that the guy sucks at shooting, and there's one person we don't need to share our lovely country with anymore.
Yeah, thankfully they took him out. Tragic that it happened, but I think there needs to be a cool down of violence.
How did you call fights after that? That's what I was in there saying.
I was riled up. I was feeling like all American, so I'm going to say it right now. I'm endorsing Donald Trump for presidency right now. I'm saying it. You want to know who I'm voting for? There's my answer. Hate me, love me. I'm a real motherfucker, and I'm going for Trump. I had it planned beforehand in my head, but I was never going to go and say, yeah, I'm going for him. I'm going for strength. I'm going for unity. I'm going for D-Trump.
Yeah, Elon Musk did the same thing. Elon Musk came out with his Trump endorsement on Saturday right after the shooting. So there's definitely a new mood after that horrific event. But I'm just saying, I jumped into the chat and I was like, how are you calling fist fights right now? People are, oh, Finch wife's got the news on. Like, no, I just couldn't focus on anything else. So good on you to be able to call fist fights. I don't even know how the people at the UFC event weren't all just on their phone watching that replay.
I was looking
his ear and dropping on the floor. You were watching it during the stream?
Oh, bro, I had my phone on Twitter. I was reading everything. I wanted all the news as much as possible as I can get. I wanted to find out. And it was crazy, man. That was something else. But Trump's a strong man. He got up, fist pumped in the air. It would easily, if he would have cowered down, freaked out, hiding, running, I wouldn't have blamed him.
Right.
But instead, he stood up there and said, no, we're going to fight for this. And
Trump got street cred, man. 50 Cent's career came back, AJ.
It did, right? The Many Men song. I saw that clip, bro. That went crazy. I'm really, I'm pro let the best man win. I wouldn't want them to do that to Biden. That'd be horrible. Anybody, a sitting president, a candidate, and it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the beauty of America is you get your votes. We don't like you. We've talked about Russia and things like that, other countries where there is not an option to vote for somebody on the other side. It's no, this person's winning and you got no power. America, you get a choice, and that's a beautiful thing. Yeah, and the Republic stands strong, man.
We've had elections that we've trusted for so many decades. It's like, that's what I was saying last time when they were doing the record number of mail-in ballots. It's like, don't fuck this up, It's the advice my best friend Sam gave me when I was dating my wife in high school. He's like, hey, just don't fuck it up. And it's great advice. And so it's the same thing. It's like, we have this crazy, fantastic experiment in self-government. Don't fuck it up, guys.
Don't fuck it up, man. Don't fuck it up. Freedom is beautiful. The people having a voice is beautiful. And listen, that's my endorsement. There it is.
Can you imagine the next time Trump walks out at a UFC event?
Oh my God. That's crazier than ever.
That is going to be the loudest a stadium has ever been, man. That is going to be nuts. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be at the next UFC pay-per-view, and we'll see how that goes down. So where is Aspinall? Where's that fight taking place?
That's in England, so he won't be there. And then we're in New Zealand. He won't be there, but he'll be showing up for Riyadh season, Noche UFC.
Yeah.
He's going to be there for the biggest event, bro. That's
right. I could imagine him in the house for that one. That's interesting. Yeah. That's right. Okay. Well, it'll be deafening in that building. Glad Teflon Don's alive. I see you, Bearcat. I see you.
Let's go. Listen, we got a nice card to talk about. It's not stacked. There's no elite main event. There's no savagery at the top. The main event is Lemos Jandiroba, but thankfully we got fights. Finch, man, I think he's got to drop some news. I just got to quickly read Double A's Dono. Thank you for 199. It was always Trump. we'd be in war right now. Thank God.
We sort of are in a proxy war with Russia, and we're also supporting Israel, who is in a direct conflict with their neighbor, who is run by Hamas, which is pretty bad for them. It'd be nice if the Palestinians could get some better representation. So there are some proxy wars going on, AA, and hopefully the world becomes a better place very soon. So, but hey, AA, the $2 for us. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Drop a dono for my guy. Hey,
that guy right there.
Let's go. Mike, submit you on the bench, Finch. Hey, thank you,
The parlay predicting profit. Too much credit, too much credit. Profit. Thank you.
That's great.
Producing Mike, submit you on a bench, Finch. Submit you on a bench. Submit somebody anywhere. Dropping a motherfudging dono. Ollie Point VTV, you're always good vibes. I appreciate you coming through. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And AJ's right. I do have something to announce. You guys ready for this?
1 second. AA, civil, AA, civil.
Civil. Oh, keep it civil.
Civil it. All right.
Not
Finch,
war.
drop the news, Finch.
Keep it all civil. We're all on the same team here, folks. I'm going to be giving out my bets now, okay? You guys have been asking me. I get DMs on Instagram. I get DMs on YouTube. I mean, you guys have been asking me in the comments, Mike, what are your bets? Mike, what do you think about this parlay, that parlay, this lock, that lock? I'm going to give the fights that I bet on out on Telegram. You guys got to join it. I sent AJ the link. I don't know. I think he's going to drop it after the video post or whatever, but you guys could go check it out. It's going to be on Telegram, and I got a free Telegram where we'll start giving you all the info and whatnot. Please check it out. Go grab Telegram. Go run. Get over there. I'm going to post extra I'm picking, and I'm gonna make more content for you guys. So
let's go, Finch.
I'm also going to give my lock, my parlay, my bets.
Finch, you froze for half of that, man.
You're kidding.
You did, yeah.
I did not. Somebody else say that. Somebody else say I froze. All right, where'd I leave you?
I heard you say about the Telegram, but they didn't hear the lock. Finch man's lock and parlays he's dropping on Telegram.
Thank you, AJ. Tell the folks, yes, whatever I bet on, guys, I won't say whatever I bet on. Maybe 5 minutes before the fight happens, I make a crazy bet, so I shouldn't say it like that. But my bets that I'm confident in, that I'm placing, I will drop on Telegram. Please come check me out on Telegram. More content for the folks.
More content for the folks, Finch, man. So it's the end of parlay time for now.
How do you find the Telegram? Right there at that link. And you guys will see it in the description. And I have my show after this where it will be in that description. And it's on Instagram. You guys could check out Mike Finch on Instagram. Boom.
Boom. Boom. Let's go. Finch's big drop, man. Listen, I wish you well on the start of the Finch man's bets for the people.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to seeing them, man. I'm looking forward to tailing the Finch man sometimes.
Hey, come on, man. I've been doing well, bro. The account that I've been betting, it's looking good. So let's share the love.
Let's go. I love sharing the love. And listen, the people are going to know where your head's at. We got a question about you, so you're not going to give the parlays anymore, Finch.
No more parlays, no more locks. I got to give it over there on Telegram. But what I'll do is give you my full card predictions. Is that okay? All right.
Let's go. There we go. Finch, man, dropping the heat. And listen, I think now you got more heat on you, so you're gonna get even better at this. I think. Let's go. What do they say? Pressure creates diamonds.
There you go. I'm looking to get Poirier. Let's go.
Let's go. We're gonna break this down. First fight of the night, all the way up to the main event. Make sure you guys smash the likes, and if you're new, subscribe. So I guess that means for me, I don't have to rush a Monday lock. I'm dropping my lock Wednesday now for this week's Destiny May bet. So there's more incentive to watch that show.
I'm looking to drop my lock on Friday because when I bet is after weigh-ins, right? You never know when you're going to get, some type of goofy shit going on at weigh-ins. So I think, generally, again, 9 times out of 10, I like to bet on Friday, even Saturday. So, expect it Friday. But jump in there. I might drop a couple early. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But as far as my betting is concerned, I generally bet after I see the fighters weigh in.
Let's go. There we go. Finch man dropping it. Let's get into it, man. First fight of the night, we got Mohammed Usman versus Thomas Petersen. I'm going with Mohammed Usman to get the win. Definitely a striking advantage for him, and I think he can match Petersen's wrestling game. I worry, though, in the small cage, we might get a lot of clinching against the cage. It's going to be a control-based fight, and Petersen's pretty good there. I see him smothering Usman in times, but Usman's pretty strong, too, when he's well on the inside. I say Usman probably lands some more significant strikes, wins a decision. I'm going Usman.
Did you just say Usman is pretty strong?
Freakishly strong. He just doesn't weigh as much, man.
Bro, what the fuck is that thing?
Strong.
Yeah, he's fucking strong. He looks like a mutant, dude. Does he not weigh much? What?
He's like 237 last time.
The fuck are you talking about, bro? Where's he at? No, it doesn't even say. 237 last time, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's outweighed here.
Is he every bit at 237? Mohammed Usman is jacked. We got to go with Mohammed Usman. He's a better KO puncher. I will say Petersen gets a lot of finishes. Petersen likes to win by ground and pound. It's just like he can't bully Usman the way he can bully other people. And on the feet, I think he'll hit Usman, but when Usman hits him back, it's going to be interesting. So not something I'm running to the bank for, but like I'll go with the guy who hits like a Mack truck. Give me Usman. Him being at a size disadvantage is weight at least disadvantage is interesting. And Petersen's ability to finish is interesting too. But yeah. I'll go Usman. Knockout.
Now let me ask you this, Finch. Usman's money line minus 135. You in or you out of it?
I'm personally not confident enough in like an inconsistent, like Usman's performances. He hasn't shown me enough wrinkles in his game where I'm like, okay, this is a consistent fighter who I can really trust. So I'm out.
All right. I respect it. I respect you being out. And yeah, definitely not right now feeling the bet just yet. I feel like it's going over at minus 210. Usman's got a lot of power, so he could catch Petersen, right?
Yeah. Petersen likes to finish fights early too. I mean, a lot of Petersen round 1, round 2, he likes to finish fights as well. 8 fights out of his 10 wins by knockout. So, careful. Yeah. I feel like this fight's going to finish. So, yeah, betting over under is even worse. So if anything, it's a it's a Usman KO prop or an Usman money line just to fuck around. I wouldn't bet over under personally. And if I was, brother, I think this fight's going to end.
Yeah, I think I see Usman winning. It's just throwing the heat down on this fight. First heavyweight fight of the night, small cage. Betting wise, like it's tempting to go Usman because he's not a big favorite, but there is a world in which Petersen controls him. Like, on paper, Petersen is the better true wrestler in the sport of wrestling, even though Usman's MMA wrestling is pretty good.
I mean, for sure. And I heard you say on your other show, he's got championship blood. I mean, yeah. I get it,
Yeah.
Having Kamaru as a brother, right? Brother is, it's not a bad thing.
No.
So maybe that can help him, become a veteran quicker and learn the game quicker because he needs to get more consistent with his performances, a little more technical. That would be nice. That would make me want to bet on him more. I'm going to trust the power in this one, AJ.
Let's go. We're going Usman for the win on both sides. Let's keep running. Our next fight, we have Luana Carolina versus Lucie Pudilová. So initially, I was under the impression this fight would be held at 125, but then it hit me. This is at 135. Pudilová was able to control Eileen Perez in the 3rd round. She lost a controversial decision to Jocelyn Edwards, who she garnered a lot of control against. Carolina's moving up in weight. Carolina was fighting down at 125, missed weight last time, coming in at 28, and has decided to abandon the weight cut and move up, which is a good move. But normally, something to like about Carolina is she is one of the taller girls at women's flyweight. She definitely is one of the longer girls, and even though she's not crazy technical, she has some good tough and rough striking style. Like, even though it's awkward and herky-jerky, she's kind of scrambly on the ground. But Pudilová is going to have a grappling control edge on her. And it's not like Pudilova's striking's awful. I think Pudilová gets a decision in this fight. I'm picking her by unanimous.
I could see Pudilová, especially since did you flip him? You've got him flipped. You got him flipped. Pudilová and Carolina. Hold up. Hey, another one.
How they look, bro.
The fuck are you talking about? Hang on here.
Can I hit a rip on the side
Carolina
real quick?
Go ahead. All right, I got you now. Pudilová from the Czech Republic just lost to Eileen Perez and Jocelyn Edwards. You're gonna tell me a girl losing to Jocelyn Edwards?
She got robbed, bro. She got robbed. It was a robbery.
Holy shit, am I not betting on this fight, right? Yeah, I recall. And then Eileen Perez, I remember these fights. As to where Luana Carolina, yeah, maybe a bigger girl. Stolyarenko is a decent win. Ivana Petrovic's okay. Split decision to Joanne Wood was close. Molly McCann knockout, I do recall. We're back in 2022 now. I'm liking Luana Carolina a little bit here, man. I don't know. I'm thinking Luana Carolina unanimous decision. But if you're betting on this fight, you're nuts. This and the co-main event, I think, are like, highly questionable. I don't know. Good luck if you guys are going to bet on these fights. I guess you can go Carolina, but I see what you're saying about the weight class jump. That does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, we're on opposite sides. Finch, you got the slight favorite, -118, Carolina. I'm going Pudilová at -102. The over rounds is -305. And Pudilová by a decision is +130 in the same line for Carolina.
The elbows up striking side to side. Elbows up side to side.
She dances a little bit out there. I think Pudilova's going to do well, man, with the grappling. I think she'll bully her in the ground skills. You know what I'm saying? The clinch, the takedowns.
Very key, right? Very, very key. That she has to score takedowns in this fight. Win with size. That makes sense. But like my money, no.
Let's go. Let's get to the next one. We have Loik Radzhabov versus Trey Ogden. I'm going with Trey Ogden in this fight, but I get the intimidation with Radzhabov. He's absolutely stacked with muscle. The dude is built like a freight train for 155. The thing is, Ogden fights at a calculated pace. He's a pretty good striker and a pretty good grappler, as both tool sets pretty well rounded, though he's not a finisher with his hands by any means. He doesn't have knockout power really, which you can argue that will cause for Radzhabov to come in a little reckless. But the thing about Radzhabov is, being as muscle bound as he is, I do see him slowing a bit in the later stages. I feel like Ogden can even time some key takedowns in this one. I'm going to go Ogden on the scorecards. I think he can get it done by a decision. He's been doing pretty well lately. Dominated Holobaugh. Fight before that, I mean, he got an arm triangle over Mota, but it was stopped early. I know Radzhabov's coming off the El Salwadi win, which, it was fairly impressive. He got that knockout, but he lost the second round there. And I think Trey Ogden's, pretty decent jump from the level of El Salwadi. So to me, I think Trey Ogden's a live dog, man. I like him.
I respect you being on these dogs. You got a couple dogs this card.
Yeah. I
Good
do.
For you, man. Good for you. I mean, this kind of does strike me as a card to look at dogs on for sure. So I'll definitely give it some thought. I can't be going for Trey Ogden here, man. Give me Tajikistan. I do believe that Radzhabov, I don't know. I'm going to fuck that up. Radzhabov. Is going to get the dub here. I think Ogden's pretty mid. I think Ogden's at best, your gatekeeper level. The Kurt Holobaugh win was nice, but what did he do? Just hold him and pray. Please, God. Please, God. Let's just get this fight over. I'm just going to quiet, Kurt. Quiet. I just want to hold you. So it wasn't it didn't knock my socks off. He just kind of coasted, and I think he's going to have a lot of trouble holding this gentleman down. And so now we're in a mixed martial arts fight. Now I think it's going to be more interesting. So, definitely, not looking to bet on Trey Ogden, but I like that you're picking the dog. I like the attack on it, but I don't think you guys will see AJ lock in this one. I think he knows this is an interesting one and that Ogden's going to have a lot more trouble holding my brain can't say it. Radzhabov down. Radzhabov down. Give me Radzhabov decision.
I respect the Radzhabov call, and it honestly doesn't surprise me because I think what you're saying is valid, right? There definitely is a possibility that Trey Ogden gets bodied a bit because he's going to be at a deficiency in the strengths. I don't know, man. There's certain fights where I got to go with the inkling that I have that we could see a win for Trey Ogden on the cards. It's just the odds are even now, though. I'm looking at them. It's minus 110 on both sides. So, like, the actual betting anticipation is a lot lower with, Radzhabov being the, even money line with Ogden. Whereas if Ogden was plus 145, then it's like, okay, maybe it's a good underdog attack. But now we're in a weird spot. The over makes sense, though, at minus 215.
The over does make sense at minus 215. I mean, if anything, Loik is the one getting the finish. I don't see Ogden getting the finish. So if you're thinking Ogden, then at least, even if it kind of goes bad for him, you'd think it goes all 3 rounds. If anybody gets a finish, I think it's Loik getting that knockout. And I wouldn't assume so. I think we're going over.
All right. I respect the over call. I'm on the same over call, different picks. And let's see what goes down. Let's keep running. Next one, we got Miranda Maverick versus Dione Barbosa. Easy. I got Miranda Maverick.
Easy.
Fear the Maverick, bro. She's a high confidence pick. She better be a high confidence pick.
Miranda fucking Maverick, okay? We need a Maverick around here. And Miranda to the rescue. Barbosa, I was watching some of her old fights yesterday. I was even watching her and Nunes, that little striker, that little tiny, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the little powerhouse.
Yeah. I was watching that. I was watching that one back, and how she kind of got caught in a bad spot. I don't want to say she quit, but and Miranda Maverick has none of that. Miranda Maverick is guns a-blazing, potentially finishing this fight.
I think Miranda Maverick looks good here. Late finishes live. Barbosa gasses. She just beat Ernesto Kruschewsky on a close decision that I thought could have even went the other way. And now a short notice fight against Miranda Maverick. Bro, Maverick's a high confidence pick. She is not even a wide favorite either. Right now, she's at minus 194. What? To Barbosa at plus 170. Over is minus 325, but Maverick could finish her, especially late in the fight. I like Miranda Maverick to win. I like her a lot. Money line minus 194. That's crazy to me.
I was assuming 3-1.
I was thinking it would be 350. Yeah.
Wow.
Fear the Maverick, bro.
I'm thinking Maverick, man. I think that Maverick's on fire. Andrea Lee, Priscilla Cachoeira, it is what it is, but she did finish her too with an armbar. Remember that Jazz Davicius fight? Jasmine had like the best fight of her freaking life. That was in Canada, wasn't it?
But Jazz Davicius' wrestling is way different than Barbosa's too.
Exactly. So I got Maverick controlling where the fight takes place, dominating this shit, potentially getting her out of there, man. That money line's looking good.
I agree. Wavy, thank you for $9.99. Come on, Lock Gods. Let me know. Steve Garcia for the win. Do I slam the house? We got to get to it, bro. We got to get to it. Why, Wavy? I appreciate the $9.99. That's very generous. You know. I don't know about this one. That's all I'll say for you right now.
I saw AJ's show yesterday. I know what he's about to say.
He knows.
You'll find out, all right? Stay buckled up, and you'll find out. We appreciate the $10. Lock Gods. That's a lot of love, Wavy. I will definitely save this. Steve Garcia is on a roll right now. He is the man. And it's an interesting one for sure. You got a guy who throws a little bit more looping shots against the guy who's going to come straight down the pipe. That's a little bit of food for you, but I kind of got to do these in order. We really appreciate the $10, Wavy. Stay tuned.
Let's go. Both of us going Maverick with confidence. Next fight, Brian Kelleher versus Cody Gibson. You got to go Cody Gibson to beat this version of Brian Kelleher. And I think he's got a real chance to finish Kelleher. I think he's live for a submission. What's Kelleher's path to victory? Kick the legs and knock Cody Gibson out? Cody Gibson beat John Dodson a few years ago. He went long with Miles Johns. Yes, it was a short notice Miles Johns, but still went long with them. Brad Katona fight, it wasn't like he got completely washed out. I feel like Cody Gibson with the length advantage can match the striking on the ground. I think he's better. And I think he's just more primed, even though the ages are, pretty close. Kelleher has got 3 losses in a row, all finished. Now, granted, competition level, Mario Batista's a savage, right? Umar's a savage. Cody Garbrandt's a savage. Cody Gibson, though, I think has a tough style for Brian Kelleher. So I'm going to go with Gibson for the submission.
You got to think Cody Gibson here because Miles Johns is such a higher level fight, and he's going distance with these guys. I mean, Brad Katona is too, and I thought I saw some significant improvements from the Ultimate Fighter with Conor McGregor, and then all the way to that finale and that fight with Miles Johns. You could see this guy getting better. Big step down in competition for him. I do think the odds make sense. Give me Gibson. Can Gibson get a finish or not? Not something I'm looking to touch, but give me Gibson here. And, I think Kelleher's sort of on his way out, man. It's not necessarily an age thing. Sometimes it's a Miles thing too. And I don't know. Was Kelleher ever that good? Give me Gibson.
Gibson for the W. He's a minus 190 favorite. Kelleher at plus 165. Looking at the over 1.5 is minus 190. I don't really like an over here. I mean, it could definitely go over, but Gibson minus 190s, I think a decent call. The submission is riskier. It's plus 300. I don't necessarily know if it's worth propping up. At least right now, that's what I'm thinking. But I do think Gibson for the win.
Gibson for the win. Yeah, it just makes sense for him where he's at in his career and where Kelleher is at in his career, right? I mean, Gibson should even be able to do okay on the feet. You're saying kick his legs. He's a lot taller and longer. He might be the one kicking better. I mean, I just feel like he's got this thing under control, and then obviously he's got it on the ground. So, let's go Gibson, and it's a goodbye Kelleher type fight. Kelleher's going to be hard pressed to beat UFC fighters.
Let's go. Let's keep running. Both of us going Gibson. Next fight, we got Hyder Amil versus Ji-Yoon Lee. I'm picking Lee to get the win. I can't pick the 34-year-old prospect at 9-0. Amil's got a nice win over Fernie Garcia, but don't forget it was a very short notice Fernie Garcia who moved up in weight and showed up with a beer belly. And Ji-Yoon Lee on the other side, he beat Blake Builder by a decision last time. He's pretty dangerous with his flurries of shots. He's got good, explosive burst. And he also has pretty decent grappling in his own right. Hyder Amil definitely has a high pace that he can keep up. He's got good takedown defense, solid wrestling offense as well, and good flurry and shots, but willing to sit in there and exchange and bang a bit. I could see Lee hurting him at some point, but I do think Amil's got a good chin. I mean, look at the thickness of the jaw on the man. It's like a Drew Dober chin. I'm saying Lee on the scorecards, man. I think he gives Hyder Amil his first loss as a pro. Lee's a road to UFC winner, and his only loss as a pro, he actually avenged too. So I'm going with Ji-Yoon Lee.
I got to stop hating on the road to UFC guys. I do. I mean, the competition level is lower for sure, but a Blake Builder win does mean something to me. And this win will mean something as well. It is a fight, but Amil's got that Drew Dober DNA in the jaw, so maybe he does make it go all rounds. I mean, Lee can finish, but he's probably going to have some trouble finishing Amil. Let's go Lee decision using his striking.
Yeah, I like Lee decision. Better striking, I think a little slicker. He's a minus 182 favorite with Amil at plus 157. Over is minus 115. And Lee decision prop plus 200. I think Lee pulls through, right? Near 2-1 favorite. I feel like he should win. More primed, more experienced, younger guy.
I mean, 34. I'm not hating on 34 for Hyder Amil. And bro, coming off of a Fernie Garcia win, it does feel good. Whether it was fat Fernie or not, it was just in February. So I got an in-season active guy. It's a good thing. But the Blake Builder win was in February as well. And I just I'm concerned about the other names. These fighters on Road to UFC, and then also Road FC, which is a promotion in Korea. I'm always concerned about the talent level that they're facing. We've seen it how many times where people come into the UFC and they got a nice win streak, but over who, and they get really tested. So based on the Blake Builder fight, I'm going with Lee.
Let's go. Lee for the W for Finch and I both. Next fight. This one's a damn good one. And it also starts off our main card. So if you guys haven't, make sure you smash the like. If you're new, subscribe. Duho Choi versus Bill Algeo. I want to give the fans a little take on Choi. So if you are a newer fan, pandemic era fan, you didn't witness the savagery of Duho Choi and Cub Swanson, or even Duho Choi and Jeremy Stevens, right? You look at the losses and say, man, this guy hasn't won a fight since 2016. And you'll look, oh, he got knocked out by Charles Jourdain. And you'll say, he drawed with Kyle Nelson. But I think that Kyle Nelson draw, in retrospect, is a big deal. Kyle Nelson's on a roll right now, and he stopped Algeo in the first round. Regardless of the quick stoppage, right, from the referee or not, he was willing to throw caution to the wind and blitz Algeo, seeming that he had no threat on the other side. But when you look at a comparison of matchup, he was looking to wrestle with Choi. He did not want to sit and strike with the speed of Choi's hands. Duho Choi is a dangerous striker, and Bill Algeo doesn't have the power option. He's a volume guy, and I do think Algeo is going to need to tie up and control a bit. I think he's going to find himself rocked with some big shots. I think Choi can turn back the clock and get a knockout win. I feel like, I don't know, at 33, even though, there's been a lapse in his consistency, he was in the damn Korean military. I'm going Duho Choi to bounce back with a knockout win and get the fans excited. I think he's got some bangers left in him.
One thing I don't know, though, why has Choi been gone?
So he went to the Korean military, mandatory service. He had to go. He had no option. So it kind of stifled his run. And it's okay, though, because I think it's a positive now. He's had some time. I still think his skills are sharp and even look good against Nelson. Without the point deduction, he beats Kyle Nelson.
That's right. And I mean, Kyle Nelson's a real test. Charles Jourdain. I mean, these are good fighters for sure. Bill Algeo's good. Bill Algeo's a crafty fighter. This is a tough one to call, but I'm on the underdog too. I think that Choi can bounce back here. I remember, like you do, when he was this exciting prospect. He was supposed to knock Cub Swanson out. He's an exciting prospect on the rise. And how dare South Korea steal him from us? Why? Because you got to protect yourself from crazy Kim Jong-un. Come on. Give us Duho Choi. We want the Korean Superboy. He's entertaining. And I think he could do well in this fight, man. He's faster, more pop on his shots, good striking. Just try to disengage with the grappling. Bill Algeo's crafty. It's going to be hard to get Bill Algeo out of there. There is a high likelihood this thing goes all rounds. But Duho Choi is just a better athlete, and I think that'll give him rounds 1 and 2. Maybe he'll have a little bit of adversity. Maybe he'll have a little trouble getting the timing back because he's been out for over a year now. But, an in-season Duho Choi, I'd be picking over Bill Algeo. So out-of-season Duho Choi, I'm still going to take a risk and go for it. We saw it, though. I mean, I got criticized for the Rose Namajunas pick. A couple of you were saying, oh, you're saying that Tracy Cortez has been out, but she hasn't been out that long. It's a good thing. No, it's not. It's a good thing when you're in season, when you have your timing down. And so, it's something to consider before betting on the underdog Duho Choi. But this is a dog I like because I think that his athletics in general will come into play here. Give me 29-28 decision for Duho Choi in an exciting fight, because that's the only thing this guy knows how to do, is be part of fights that Dana White wants to see.
Can I get a Chewiwis, Finch?
Chewiwi? I don't know how. I can't even go that high. I can't even go that high. I can't even. I'll figure it out, okay? All right, shit. I'll figure it out.
Listen, let's look at the odds. We got plus 145 for Choi as the dog. Algeo is minus 170. I don't really like the knockout prop, even though I'm calling a plus 325 KO. It's a risky bet. I recognize it can go long. Plus 145 for Choi. I get it. Like Finch said, he hasn't been in season, but when he's on point, man.
Entertaining. Good striker.
Yeah. I
Korean
like
Superboy, folks.
Superboy Choi, the pick for Finch and I both in this one. We're going with the Korean Superboy. Let's go.
Woof.
Next fight. We got Cody Durden versus Bruno Silva. Our boy. Remember when Bruno Silva came on the money line a few years ago?
Of course I do. Every now and then he just dives into the comments on my Instagram. He's a good dude.
I like him, man. I'm picking him to win over Silva, too. Or excuse me, over Durden, too. I'm picking Silva. The thing is with Silva, he hasn't been fighting, super consistently. He was out for a little bit, but he's pretty precise with his stand-up. He's a patient striker. more of a karate-esque style. When you hear the Bulldog name, when you see Bruno Silva, I think you expect more of a, brawler striking, but he's more of a shot picker, and he's more conservative. But when he goes to the ground, he's also slick with his jiu-jitsu. And Cody Durden's gotten his back taken and submitted before. I can see Silva submitting the wrestler in Cody Durden. And even note back to Cody Durden's Jake Hadley win. It wasn't that impressive. I mean, he was caught in a weird leg entanglement in that fight. I think that Silva can win this by submission, man. I'm going with Bruno Bulldog Silva to get a W. I like Bruno a lot.
I like Bruno Silva too. I'm concerned about the wrestling. I see Bruno Silva having the better striking and the better jiu-jitsu. And when somebody's better at 2 out of 3 areas, you got to go for him. So I'm going to double up with you on Silva. But folks have a point about Durden trying to slow this thing down, grind it out to a decision. The thing is, though, that's not how they score fights anymore, man. You have to do more damage. I see Bruno Silva, the Bulldog. Bulldog, it's not even... Bulldog sounds cool, but how athletic is a Bulldog? You seen a Bulldog?
Yeah, no, my cousin
they got arthritis and shit, you know? They can't even look, man. His neck
He's a French Bulldog, bro. My cousin's got one. It's pretty athletic.
That's worse. That's even worse. It is not athletic. My mom has a pit bull. We'll see what's athletic. She'll eat that thing. Listen, I'm going to go with Silva as well because he's better at 2 out of 3 areas. I do think that the striking goes well for him. I think he's better at jiu-jitsu. Durden can catch takedowns here, and he can get some control time. But what are you just going to Petrosky, Silva? Probably not. So give me Silva in a good fight. And you know who else is good? Wise is good. Let's get back on track. Listen, I've been on track, okay? 8-2 in my last 10 main events, okay? I got, Thug Rose last week cashed for me. Petrosky last week. Who else did I have? I don't know. I did pretty well. I think I went 4 out of 5 on my most confident show. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. AJ, do you need to bounce back? Is that what he's talking about?
I mean, I don't. The Black Shear call turned out to really kill me, but you know what? We'll bounce back this week. We get him back. Don't call it a comeback.
I have Montel.
I know you did. It was a good pick.
I have Montel.
Yo,
where's my team at? Where's my team at?
W Finch on Montel Jackson, man. W Finch. Splish splash, baby.
Thank you, Wise. You're the man.
Let's go. We're going with Silva on my front end Finches, even though, close money line. He's plus 100. Durden minus 120. Over is minus 260. A Silva sub is up at plus 450. He could lock up a rear naked choke. I'm going to call the rear naked, man.
I think the rear naked makes a lot of sense, especially late in this fight, right? I think there will be some striking. There will be some takedowns defended. Cody Durden might end the rounds in some decent spots, but as this thing goes on, as Durden makes a couple mistakes, he does get caught a little bit, caught in the front headlock, gets his back taken, as you said. I do imagine Silva could take that back. So a late sub for him is very live. Why would you touch that, though, when it's, plus 100 odds? Let's go. We're going Silva money line if we're going for it.
Let's go. Silva, the call for Finch and I both. Let's keep running. Next fight, we got Kurt Holobaugh versus Kainan Kruschewsky. I'm going Kruschewsky to win. I say he gets a decision. I think he can do more damage to Holobaugh, and Kruschewsky's got good jiu-jitsu too, where it's a position that Holobaugh can find himself in advantages, right? Advantageous spots, I should say. Would be having superior jiu-jitsu to guys. He's got good submissions off the bottom. He's a tough dude, got a good chin, willing to engage in brawls. But Kruschewsky's younger. He's more precise. He's quicker in the striking. He matches the grappling. I think Kruschewsky lands some more significant shots and gets it on the scorecards.
Yeah, I could see Kruschewsky being the better striker in this matchup. Kurt Holobaugh, I'm a fan. I'm a Kurt Holobaugh fan. I mean, he looked good on The Ultimate Fighter, didn't he? In some of those fights on The Ultimate Fighter, he looked good to me. And then he comes out here and just gets, has a really, really bad fight against Ogden where he gets controlled really bad, to the point where you're like, this was surprising how little he could do to Ogden, just kind of smothering him. So, different stylistic matchup here. I mean, these guys are going to go at it. These guys are going to fight. Obviously, Kruschewsky just got knocked out by Elves Brenner, excuse me. But Elves Brenner's one of the higher ups in the division. I think he's on fire right now. I think he's on his way. As to where with Holobaugh, he should have the striking advantage there. And it's about Holobaugh's ability to wrestle him then. And what Holobaugh showed me in his last fight is that we can't be relying on the wrestling. So I'll go Kruschewsky, but it's an interesting one because Holobaugh by submission, he's good too, man. And Kruschewsky's good on the ground too. It's not what I'm saying. But, it's going to be a different fight than the Ogden fight. It'll be interesting to see what Holobaugh looks like. I wanted to be high on Holobaugh. I did. But after that Ogden fight, can I say that I'm sure he's going to out wrestle? No. So give me the Brazilian.
Tannis, thank you for 199. AJ and Finch are savages. Let's fucking go.
Let's go, Tannis. Tannis is a regular. Tannis is here every single week. We appreciate you, buddy.
He's a gangster. The odds for the fight, Kruschewsky minus 130, Holobaugh plus 110. Not an interesting bet for me, man. Over 1.5 at minus 205, I think is pretty likely, though.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, I wouldn't go away from Moneyline in a lot of these.
All right, let's go. Kruschewsky, the pick for us both. Let's keep running. Next fight, our featured bout of the night. We got Steve Garcia versus Seung Woo Choi. And this is one that I sat on for a bit, but the vision came to me. Seung Woo Choi drops him with a straight punch. Garcia has some powerful hooks. He's a bully. He's on a roll. And I get the anticipation and excitement, but we need to take a second and remember Seung Woo Choi dropped Alex Caceres, right? Seung Woo Choi lost a split decision to Holobaugh. Yeah, he was knocked out by Mike Trizano, but Trizano decided to go do bare knuckle now. And he's winning in BKFC. Losing by knockout to him is not a bad L. Then he beats Jarno Aarons, who comes from the Netherlands and does have a decent striking game. I feel like when you look at Steve Garcia's wins, you see a Melquizio Costa W, a Shailan Nordenbeke W, a Chase Hooper W. Those are the last three. The Hooper one's impressive for sure. But Hooper's no striker. Hooper's not a Choi-level striker. If they're striking, Choi is slicker than him. And Choi also has knockout power. And we've seen Garcia knocked out once before. Maashate slept him. And I think the quick Asian strikers are the weakness. I'm going Seung Woo Choi by knockout.
I'm going with Steve Garcia. I'm with my boy before. Who dropped that dono? I should go find it. He was asking me about Steve Garcia. Where is it? Wavy, we got you. I'm going Steve Garcia for the win as well, Wavy. Listen, man, I think the looping shots are going to work here. I think he's on a roll. He's had the better wins, Shailan Nordenbeke. I mean, go through him, Melquizio Costa, even Chase Hooper, man. Look at what Chase Hooper's been able to do. You got to respect it. A much different opponent, we must admit. But Jarno Aarons, I mean, that's the dub. Lost to Josh Holobaugh, lost to Alex Caceres, choked, had to tap. Michael Trizano got knocked him out, and that's with a left hook, AJ. So give me the guy with the better hooks. I'm going to take Garcia. I'm going to take the looping shots over the straight shots, okay? Because you can move your head in this game, all right? So my man Steve Garcia is going to move that head. What? Bam. Now, I must admit, the last fight night, my Mexicans didn't do much to the Asians, okay? The Asians were whooping some fucking ass. This time, all right? Viva Mexico, all right? We're going Garcia over Choi. Good fight, though. Really cool fight. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a lot of fireworks on the feed. I do believe they both think they're the better striker. And I think Steve Garcia could potentially finish this thing.
Let's go. I think live for the finish on both sides. Garcia's minus 145, the favorite. Choi a plus 125 dog. Under 1.5 is minus 185, so it's expected to be violent. I do think under 2.5 is pretty damn live. I expect to finish. If you got Garcia by KO, you got plus 115, whereas Choi by KO is plus 225. I guess I just reminisce on Shailan Nordenbeke dropping Steve Garcia at 145. And I'm like, Choi at 45 can sting too.
Yeah, sure, of course. Yeah, there's plenty of opportunity for sting. I think this fight could finish based on Choi not being the having the best chin either. He's hittable too. So, AJ, you like the straight striker, but sometimes when you miss a straight punch and your head's on that center line, that hook can come over the top. It's kind of what I see for Steve Garcia. In addition to kicking, I mean, in addition to it'll be a good fight. It'll be a back and forth fight till he drops him. I got Steve Garcia putting Choi on the mat.
Let's go. Listen, opposite picks, but we both call in a knockout. Let's keep running. Next fight, we got Brad Tavares versus Jun-Young Park. Sit on the sidelines, betting wise. This one doesn't call my name. I'm going to go Park by a decision. I think he's got a little better boxing than Tavares, and Tavares isn't the most powerful guy, but he is physically strong, can do well in the clinch. Like, I think Park is going to get a close one. I don't know. The pick for me on this one was difficult. And I mean, that can sometimes lead you into the dog, but I'm like, Park was surging. He lost to Muniz on a split decision. I don't know. Tavares 1-3 in his last 4. Knockout to Gregory Rodriguez last time. His win was against Chris Weidman. I think Park can win.
I think Park can win. I love the Iron Turtle. All right. I became an idle Iron Turtle fan after that Joseph Holmes fight, Dennis Tululin fight, Duraev fight. I mean, the Iron Turtle's legit as hell. He's only 33 years old, too. So he should be able to bounce back off of that Muniz decision. That is tough because, Muniz, I mean, that dude was on a bit of a skid. That being said, the Iron Turtle's where the bet's at because Brad Tavares, what is it? The Chris Weidman fight? Is that all? That's the only dub we've got since 2021. Okay. Drickus Duplessis, we could forgive him for, and it was a decision. All right. That's not bad. But then Bruno Silva knocked him out, and then Gregory Rodriguez RoboCop put him away in the 3rd round just recently. This is not RoboCop, but I do believe in the game of Park. He is actually a well-rounded martial artist. I do think he'll be able to handle it. Park decision, good fight, good matchup. It'll be a fun one. As usual, the UFC matchmaking delivers. I mean, they make these hard to pick. I got Iron Turtle.
Minus 180 for Iron Turtle. Tavares is plus 155. The over is minus 215. Park winning the decision, plus 130. I don't know. I think it goes long, but I don't know. The betting side is not calling me here. Park by sub plus 900. Imagine that'd be crazy.
It's not crazy to me. That's not crazy. It's possible. Park's decent on the ground, man. He's got a pretty well-rounded game.
Tavares never been submitted though. That's the biggest thing for me. That would lean me off of it.
Yeah, you could imagine this thing being on the feet a bit. Tavares just likes to be on the feet. A lot of times he's clinching on the fence and then disengaging. He's not grappling with these guys. Even RoboCop he's striking with. So it's like, they'll probably kickbox a lot.
Yeah. Park, we're going to take him for the win in the co-main. Let's jump to the main event. If you guys haven't, make sure you smash the likes. And if you're new, subscribe. This is the biggest main event in the history of the sport, baby. It's a decent fight. I'm giving it a hard time. Amanda Lemos versus Verna Jandiroba. I'm going with Verna Jandiroba, and I asked myself, how does Lemos win? Well, Lemos has to stay on her feet for a significant amount of the fight and land damaging strikes, and I think even getting a knockout would be her, best path. Jandiroba sticks to you like glue with her grappling pressure style. She's got a good chin. She's annoying with the way she smothers. And she also has pretty good back takes. I said when she gets your back, she's like a damn monkey on it. I think Jandiroba is going to have a significant amount of grappling control that leads her into a submission win. And I'm going with the jiu-jitsu ace. I'm going with Verna Jandiroba to submit Amanda Lemos, man. And I like Lemos a lot, so.
I'm super interested in this fight. I'm going to do my tape study right before I go live on my next one for this one because my question is, does Lemos defend on the fence? Because she's fucking Verna Jandiroba up in the middle of this cage, okay? In the middle of the cage, Lemos is fucking Verna Jandiroba up, all right? She's going to mess her eyes all... Oh, never mind. She's messing her up, okay? In the middle of the cage. Was that rude? That was rude. Verna Jandiroba not winning the beauty contest, but is she going to win the fight? She has to get the takedowns on the fence. And when she cage grapples, she puts it together really nicely. And she's done it at a high level. I mean, as far as in the women's fights, I'm pulling up the record now, but Verna Jandiroba's got a couple of nice ones. For instance, she's got Lupita Godinez, big one, right? Marina Rodriguez is a good striker too. So similar to Amanda Lemos, the difference being Amanda Lemos has a lot more pop. When she throws, she extends, she turns her hips and her shoulders over more. As where Marina Rodriguez is like that pure Muay Thai style. You really see Amanda Lemos let him go. Angela Hill, another striker she beat, right? And you have to go back to 2021 to see her losing to Amanda Hebas. So I like Verna Jandiroba's grappling. I really do. It's all about that takedown. If she can't get that takedown, I got to go Lemos. And I do believe Lemos could even put her away. You guys remember Lemos beating up Mackenzie Dern? Mackenzie Dern got dropped in that fight. And Mackenzie Dern, I think, is a bigger girl than Verna Jandiroba is. Mackenzie Dern is much better at jiu-jitsu than Verna Jandiroba is, and she had a lot of trouble. Her thing was she was getting sweeps off of her back. So Mackenzie Dern couldn't reliably take down Amanda Lemos, but what she could do is sweep her off of her back. I think Amanda Lemos made a lot of progress training for a Wei Li fight, but remember where Wei Li was taking her down, it was the center of the cage. That's not Verna Jandiroba's game. Verna Jandiroba has to push her into the fence. So right before I go live on my next one, do a little tape study on Amanda Lemos. I want to see the cage wrestling. Once I check on that, you guys will see the official pick. Give me Amanda Lemos. I think she could potentially knock Verna Jandiroba out in a 5-round fight because the striking discrepancy is wide.
All right. Shout out Wise for the $4.99. Someone said Jandiroba's like the female Raul Rosas. Chihuihuis. Yeah, I agree.
I got to get my Chihuihui down. They were hating on my Chihuihui. I've never tried it, okay? And mentally, with the voice box, never. So Jandiroba looks like a Chihuihui. All right. Maybe.
Odds for the fight of Lemos at plus 115 with Jandiroba at minus 135. I like the slight favorite in Jandiroba. Jandiroba by submission is only plus 215. That's not great. For Lemos, who's only been submitted once, man. I'm picking Jandiroba. I do think she wins, though. I feel like she finds a way with the grappling skills. But obviously, Lemos is a terrifying striker, and she's got tricky jiu-jitsu in her own right. But I think Jandiroba is going to smother her, and I think she's going to gas her out and submit her, Finch.
Some of these comments are brutal, bro. Brutal, Mr. D. Very brutal. Okay? That could confuse you. That's how GSP got it done against Matt Hughes. He looked at his body, he kicked his body. He looked at his body, he kicked his body. He looked at his body, he kicked him in the head. You know? You can mix them out. You keep them a little off balance with that shit. I'm looking at this as striker versus grappler. I do like that she was able to go, Amanda Lemos was able to go all 5 rounds with Wei Li. You know, it's hard to really get a ton done on the ground. And so even if she has a tough round or two, knowing that they stand them up every 5 minutes and she gets another shot on the feet, this is a girl who can knock you out. So Amanda Lemos is going to be the pick. But again, we got to see how she does on the fence. And so it's really important to do that tape study. I'll do the work for you. Come see me in a few minutes. Give me 20 minutes so I could at least glaze through a couple fights. And I'll see you on my channel for the most confident picks.
Let's go. Finch and I disagreeing with the main event, and Finchman's going to let us know some confident picks after, but he does have news to drop, and I'm going to bring it up right here. Boom, boom, boom. This is my new Telegram. It is tremendous. Tremendous.
Hang on. He's got the ear patch. He's got to have the ear patch on now, right? You saw him with he had it all bandaged up. Okay.
This is my VIP channel. If you want my exclusive picks, my exclusive bets, they will be fantastic. They'll be the best. Okay? Look at these fantastic picks over here. All right?
I'll see you on Telegram, folks. Check out the Telegram. We'll be updating it daily, working on it with my guy T. He'll be helping me run it. I want to make exclusive content for you guys, do more for you guys. People are always asking me, what are your bets? Well, they're out there. Go check out my Telegram. It'll be everywhere. Link in the description of this video.
Mike Finch. So I know you're not going to give away the lock in the parlay, but I can't cut the segments. I'm still going to do it. I'll still do it here, and you're gonna support me, Mike. All I care about is getting your
I'm gonna give you my 2
support.
cents. Go ahead.
Let's go. Let's go. So we are gonna jump to the money line lock of the night. Money line lock of the night for UFC Vegas 95. Finchman, I got my lock, and I knew it before I was going to do this show, and I felt that even though you got the telegram coming, I'm still dropping the lock and parlay here. I'll hold down the 4, and you give me the motivation and the support. I'm going Miranda Maverick as the lock this week at -195.
All right, we're going. The Dogecoin is Maverick. All right. Oh shoot, that was a horrible flip. That was a fake.
That flip was fake news.
All right. Ooh, man, I'm so sorry, brother. Luck was not on your side. Miranda Maverick slipped on a banana peel. Is that your lock?
Miranda Maverick.
I mean, folks, you saw who I picked, okay? I like Miranda Maverick as well.
Let's go. Listen, we got parlays. Finch, I'm going to sing it, and I'm going to add the singing parlays, too, just for you, my man. Let's get it. 3, 2, 1.
All the competition that try to compete. Stand back, watch the bomb drop.
Parlay time. Open up your wallets and let's bet on some fist fights.
Yeah, it's parlay time. The president just got shot, and I'm not giving my parlay tonight. Yeah.
I feel like, for me, I got to stick with a Maverick lock in the parlay. And I guess the truth is, I don't know. On a Monday, I feel like I never have my most confident parlay sorted mentally. I haven't bet it yet. But I have this weird feeling that I'm going to do the women's supremacy. I'm going to be a feminist. I'm doing women's supremacy. I'm going to go with the side of Miranda Maverick and Lucie Pudilová in a 2-peat. I think they both win, and I think you'll get a decent little play. Now, I think it's stupid to throw your life savings on it. This is not my most confident parlay of the week. I just don't have it yet. And I wanted to go value on this that I have a weird feeling comes to fruition. So we're going to go Maverick, and if I can find Pudilová together, we got +185 for that one.
+185 for your all estrogen parlay, all XX chromosome parlay.
Oh, not necessarily in this modern day, my friend.
What's that?
Not necessarily in this modern day. They might be XY.
Get the fuck out of here. I don't care what people identify as, okay? I care. I do. I want to be respectful. But we can't choose everything, You can't choose everything. All right. I could dye my hair blonde. It doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying? I still know what's down there. I still know this ain't blonde. All right. I'm into blonde blue eyes. Look at my wife. Okay. Right. If I could go like this, I would take him. But that doesn't mean, so I'm all about being real and I'll stop hating on the LGBTQ plus community now. Okay. All right. It's all love. Listen. I don't hate that parlay. However, I must say that other fight seems to be a lot closer to me. And I saw AJ pick flip on it live on his last show. I saw that shit. Don't tell me that shit didn't happen. I saw you fucking pick flip live. They all did, okay? So I will give you guys my locks and my parlays, but I want to do it after I see weigh-ins. So I'll be cooking them up all week. Come check out the Telegram. I'll be dropping them in there for this fight night on Friday after I check out those weigh-ins. I'll make sure they're nice and crispy, fresh out the oven for y'all. In the meantime, I'm doing some of my most confident plays. That'll be live on my channel in a few, and I'll see you guys there.
YouTube at Mike Finch Show. Give him a sub, give him a follow. Make sure you sub here too and smash the like button. And it's been a beautiful money line, Finch. We got the Finchman Telegram coming, and I'm excited for you on that. And I'm looking forward to seeing the savagery. How do you get Telegram, Finch? How do they do it?
More content for the folks. You go in the App Store, you type in Telegram, you download it. Okay. I've been using it for a long time, actually, because that's what we do at our work group chat. That's how we group chat it up is with the Telegram. So lots of info in the Telegram. Join the team, folks. Are you on the team or not? All right. Join the team. I'll see you there.
Let's go, Finchman. Thank you, people. Thank you. We appreciate you for tuning in. And check out the Finchman's live after this one. Peace out. Good night. God bless.